Hello, everybody. Hello, my sweet peaches. How are you? Happy Native Indigenous Peoples Day. Happy Thanksgiving, although Thanksgiving celebrated in honor of the Native Americans or the indigenous people, not the pilgrims. Fuck the pilgrims. They're evil and nasty. Anyway, I am going to sew a little patch on my shirt. And I thought while I sit here, I could pop on a live and say, hello, how are you guys? It's been a while as usual. And the reason, like I've said before in previous videos, the reason why I have not been making videos, pre-recorded videos that I edit, or I don't know if this is going to be big enough, or going on lives, which I have been enjoying doing the lives, while I've been doing them. I do enjoy that. But the reason, and I'm looking down because I'm doing this thing, the reason that I haven't been going live or even making videos is because I have a lot of clients to work for, and that's been keeping me busy. And so I made the decision a while back that instead of spending 20 to 30 hours a week working on my YouTube channel and basically working not even just for free, but like losing money, at a loss to me financially, because when I work on these free YouTube channels, videos, when I work on these free videos, I'm not getting paid for it. And not only am I not getting paid for it, but I'm not doing work that I could otherwise be doing and getting paid. So that's the reason why you haven't seen me on YouTube as often, because I'm just super busy working and getting paid because I got bills to pay. And oh, see, darn, it didn't work. It's too short for the name. So I'm going to sew a patch onto my shirt. So, okay, so it's not big enough. I thought this fabric might not be good. I was using this fabric. This came, so I bought a sheet set, and it came in this little pouch, and there was a flap, and I cut the flap off to use as my patch. I was going to patch this one and this one, but this is not working as well as I kind of knew it wasn't going to work. So darn it, now I need a different piece of fabric, and I'm already sitting here. So hi guys, I'm old enough to be your mother. You know you're not supposed to ask a woman her age, right? And I don't normally care, but the fact that you're asking me is making me not want to tell you. So anyway, guys, Thanksgiving is actually, I could be your mother, babe. Let's see. I would have been, I would have been kind of, oh, well, I appreciate that. Actually, I'm 52. So let's see. 36, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. I could have been your mother if I was a teenage mom. But so this is some vegan almond milk coffee. So darn it, now I need another piece of fabric. Let's see, I am on my bed. I could get up. So the lighting is all crazy over here. Let's see, so I have this fabric, which won't work. Right, you see it? It's pretty cool. It's kind of dark. Let's see, I can turn this crazy light on. This fabric is cool, but it won't work for a patch. And then I have the the purple fabric that I was trying to use, but it's like too, it's not good for writing. I'm looking around at my very messy apartment, which I don't want you guys to see. Anyway, that's kind of annoying because I thought I was going to sit there and sew while I chatted with you guys. Hi, Anthony. Thank you. Shiloh flowers? I never heard of that. What's that mean? My hair. One more month and we're past the holidays. Why are you in a rush? Are you in a rush to get past it? My squeaky floor. I'm not in a rush. I mean, I always tell my kids, don't wish your life away. Don't, it's expensive. I mean, that is true. It is very expensive. And I do have a birthday to buy gifts for around the holidays as well. So, it is expensive, but I always have, look, I can show you. So you see all my lights. I bought these rainbow lights recently, and I can turn on the lights that recently bought these lights by my desk. I am lights obsessed, but hold on. Let's see these cute lights. I have lights like all year. So I only get more. Hi, Real L2. I only get more and more Christmas lights. Well, I call them festive lights because I have them up all year, but at this time of year I do get more. And I absolutely love the lights. Oh, I could have turned my on air. My house is on propane too. Mine is not. So each month cost me $10K, October through March. Just ready for spring already when my life gets a lot cheaper. Oh, I mean, believe me, I can't stand the cold weather. And, as far as that goes, like, yes, I'm over it. I'm over winter before it even becomes winter. The first moment it gets chilly, I'm like, oof, over it. So I understand that. But, I also very much try to be in the present moment. And you're in Georgia, so it's not that cold. Oh, well, I'm on the East Coast. Hey, MP girl, 882. How are you? So I was going to sew a patch, but, so the reason, well, I could cut this up some more, but what I was hoping to do with this, what I was thinking I would do, I cut the flap off, but I was going to, I don't know, do something with this, make it something cute. Right now it just has my pins in it, and I won't show you because it's the name. This is the back of the flap. Well, let's see, I could show you like a tiny bit of it. So this is the patch. So I cut this little piece of fabric and wrote the name on it. It is cute. So because, like my kids, they go to school, and then, you're supposed to have your name on things. But I guess I could sew that patch on, actually. I have this patch to sew on this shirt. Hold on, I got something in my eye. But, it's hard to write on this very dark fabric. So that's what made me decide to sew the patch on, because that way I can just get the name on it without, can't really write on super dark fabric. So I want to make sure my one son, he plays sports a lot, so he'll go to the park, and then he throws his stuff on the ground, And, you know, it can get mixed up. And so that way I want to, yes, I am in a very cold state in the north. I'm in the northeast coast. I don't disclose what state I'm in for my own privacy, but I am in the northeast coast and it is quite cold. Let's see if I can thread this needle. Oh shit. Can you see what the heck I'm doing? I can't see the heck I'm doing. Ah! I might have to turn the light on. I got it. So, yep, it is cold. Actually, yeah, I think there's like a cold front coming in because it's freezing. You're where? You're in Atlanta. Is that cold? It's cold, right? But not as cold. I'm in a warm state right now, 80 degrees. Nice. That's nice. Excuse me. 80 degrees. Wow. Well, I'm sitting under my heating blanket. So it could be 80 degrees under here right now. It's nice and toasty. But I don't know what the weather is. I know it's in the 30s. I know that much. So anyway, anybody do anything nice for the holidays? My sister lives just over half a mile away. My brother lives 15 minutes away. My mom lives 10 minutes away. My brother is married with 3 kids. My nephews, one of my nephews is my godson. And my sister has 2 kids. And let me see how I want to put this on here. My sister's got 2 kids and a man. And so we were all, you're going to go to Louisiana for Christmas? Nice. I will be here. I will probably, so my mom used to host, you know, all the holidays every year. And then when my dad passed away in 2013, gosh, I can't believe it's already been that long ago. So she sold the house like a couple years after he passed away. Actually, it was pretty weird because she spent 2 years fixing it up slowly, doing various repairs and upgrades or whatever. Oh, I don't know if you can see that I'm sewing. And then the day you sent a makeup brush, his soul will be with you. Yep, always. So anyway, the day she put it on the market, it sold. Like the first frickin' day. Can you believe it? And so then she had nowhere to go. So she ended up staying with my sister. Why'd you send me a makeup brush? I don't wear makeup. And anyway, so she got a condo that's, like I said, it's like 10 minutes from here. So it's small, it's very cute, but, excuse me. Now my sister hosts. So my sister always hosts every holiday. I live in this small apartment that has no room for nobody. And each year, oh fuck. Oh my gosh, I was like, I'm not actually getting all the way through the layers. You know, each year as my children get older and older, this apartment just seems to get, oh, thank you, MP Girl 88882 for subscribing. I appreciate that. Anyway, this apartment is getting smaller and smaller as my kids get bigger and bigger. And I feel like it's like hoarder level 12 at this point with all the stuff. Like every season I have to buy new clothes for them because they're still growing. And, you know, getting around to getting rid of stuff, you know, doing the decluttering, that part is harder. So yesterday I used to do video therapy sessions, which I highly recommend to people. Video therapy sessions for yourself, meaning, hello, yo boy and Wayne, hi. I am just chatting on this Sunday afternoon. What is that? What's a GLHF? I just saw that fly by. What does that mean? Thank you? Clutch? I don't know what those mean. I'm so old. Hi, Wayne. I think those are, I'm not sure if you're sending me compliments or insults, so I don't know if I should say thank you. Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, you know, my mom, looking good, thank you. Feeling old and tired, but here I am. My mom used to always host, and then, you know, after my dad passed away, my sister, my older sister, of course, she's the oldest, so she hosts every holiday. And those are gifts. Thank you. I appreciate that. So my sister cooks a lot. My mom does cook some things. My sister-in-law likes to cook a lot. And I'm the only vegan. I mean, you know, it's funny because my sister, she'll cook various things for me and the kids. And my sister-in-law will too. What was really funny is, hold on, I think I got it stuck around the pin. Hold on. Those are gifts. Thank you so much. Sorry, 1 second, please. You gotta go? Okay, well, don't forget to pop back on. And I have lots of playlists of stuff that you can go and watch another time if you're interested, like Your Wealth is Good meditations and stuff. All right, cool. I hope I see you soon. I could turn on my little lamp. Got that lamp. And then this lamp. Can you see that lamp? Let's see. Cute. Let's see. What did you say? No. Oh, I didn't say my disclaimer when I started. No religious zealots. We don't do religious zealots over here. No, thank you very much. Go religiously zealot somewhere else. Thank you. Where the hell is the needle? Okay. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So Thanksgiving was lovely. My sister-in-law likes to cook a lot. My mom cooked. Funny, my my sister made vegan mashed potatoes, and she was like telling everybody, don't tell my brother, don't tell him that it's vegan. She lied to him and said it wasn't vegan because he's so weird. He's like, ew, it's vegan, I won't eat it. And then he was eating it, and she said, he was like, is this vegan? And she said, no. And I had like a giant scoop on my plate. But anyway, that was funny. So we had fun. We had a lot of fun. And so for Thanksgiving, every year, my brother and his wife and his 3 kids, his 3 sons, my 3 sons, they come for Thanksgiving, and then they go to my sister-in-law's parents' house for Christmas every year. And then, you know, me and my mom, me and my kids and my mom, we go to my sister's house, and then for like New Year's, I usually stay home. What do you guys do for New Year's? Anything? I have always, like, even when I was younger, well, I've never been a partier. Like, I'm not really a socializer. But so, I'm not a drinker. I'm not opposed to it or anything morally. I just don't like the way it tastes and I don't like the way it feels. So, and I also don't like being in the cold. So, just so you know, guys, if you send nasty messages, YouTube blocks it like automatically. So I just see like a note that says this message is held for review, and I don't give a fuck. Oh, what I was saying, my disclaimer is that this is a safe space for LGBTQ plus. This is a safe space for artistic people, people who give a fuck about democracy. This is a safe space for women and men who are not fucking scumbags. Um, you know, and I ignore, yeet, and delete. Ignore, yeet, and delete is my hi Ice Dream. Ignore, yeet, and delete is my motto and my behavior. If you say something weird, racist, xenophobic, misogynistic, homophobic, transphobic, I will yeet you and delete you. I don't respond. I do not fucking debate scumbags or hatred. So if you don't like that, go, motherfucker. Isn't it? It's kind of sad though that like when you tell people that, they often they take it as like a challenge or an invitation to start to say more terrible stuff. Like, why are people such losers? That's the crazy thing, is that racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, homophobic, transphobic people, they are absolute losers. Losers! And they just want to, to be hateful. That's like literally their whole MO. How to be hateful and how to be disruptive. So anyway, y'alls are not fucking welcome here, bitches. Bitch ass motherfucker. Anyways, so what are you gonna do? All right, so I forgot to say also, people who say sexual stuff, get the fuck out. What a creep. What a fucking loser. Goodness. And I'm trying not to get offended because I recognize that, there's a lot of young teenagers here on YouTube, and there's trolls, a lot of trolls. People are charals and, incels, a lot of racist, misogynistic people are incels. You're just deeply unattractive, you're deeply unintelligent, you're deeply boring, so you can't really see it. So let's see what color thread I'm using. This red, this dark reddish thread. Hi, Cassie. So what I'm doing here is let's see, I'm going to show it without showing it. I'm sewing a patch onto this shirt, this very dark shirt. And I've already said earlier, all of my kids' clothes need their names, when they go to school and stuff. And I was saying, like, my older son, like, he plays sports, so he will throw his shirt on the ground in a pile where all the other kids have their stuff. And then, or my younger son, he's left something behind before. So when I have these nice clothing, these nice flannel shirts that are not that cheap, I don't want them to get lost. So this way I can sew. Hello, Sub Cool Key. How are you? So this way you really can't see when you're, the marker is just doesn't show up as well on the dark. The dark marker doesn't show up on the dark fabric. So better now that I see you. Aww. So I'm sewing the patch on. And it's a cute patch. Where's that little... Oh, I actually have my pillowcase. So this pillowcase, these pillowcases, that set. Where'd it go now? So when you buy these sets of sheets, they come with these little pouches. Yep, I'm sewing. I'm 28, 180 pounds, 6'1". You're 28, 180 pounds, 6'1". Do havoc a career from... I don't know what the heck you're saying. I got no idea what you're talking about. I was wondering if you know anyone who would like to sell a horse. You had nothing better to do? The fuck? How tall am I? I'm 5'5". Anyway, yep, I'm sewing this patch. So I'm saying I cut the flap off of this so I could make some little patches. And it's so cute. So I'm actually not short, I'm average. Thank you very much. My brother is 6'1", my brother-in-law is 6'3", my nephew is 6'3". I'm short around them. My sister is 5'4", my sister-in-law is 5'4", my mom is like 5'3", but now she's like 5'2", so I'm tall when I'm around them. Height is relative. Thank you very much. I'm 30. Ha. Yeah. Sure. Oh, wait, this is... Oh, God, the pin popped open. Okay. Look, dude, I'm about to block you because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about or why you're saying all that shit. Okay. Your eyes are gorgeous. I'm from Maryland. Okay, thank you. You know. Anyway, I'm just chatting. So what I started the video off saying was that, the reason I haven't been on lives or I haven't even been, I used to just do, never do lives. I used to just do, pre-recorded videos that I edit and then do some post-production, and share like that, a premiere of a long form video. But the reason I stopped doing that, I was saying in the beginning of this video, is because I wasn't making any money. And not only was I not making money, I was losing money because 20 to 30 hours a week that I was, working for free, that I could have been working for paid clients instead. And so yesterday when I was out on my long walk, I was talking to myself. That's what I was saying. I was doing a video therapy session, which I highly recommend, which is where you set the video up. It's just for you, just for yourself. It's a private video, and you just talk. You share all your thoughts, whatever it is that's going on in your mind, in your life at that time. Please hold one moment. Sorry, my kids are over there. And then you just talk as if you were with a therapist, but you just share and you record yourself. And I find it so therapeutic. And then you can share it private on your YouTube channel and just keep it there for yourself. And then you can go back and listen to it at another time. That's what I do with myself. Like when I have like an issue that I want to deal with, and you know, the listening phase, when you're sharing, you're talking to yourself. The nice thing about it is that even with a great therapist, there still can be, you know, embarrassing things and really private things, or things you just haven't figured out how. Hi, Brandy. Things you haven't figured out how to talk to another person. And of course, like when there's deeply, oh fuck, oh my fucking god, oh no, oh gosh, I sewed the pin into the, oh shit, look, I had the pin on the wrong side and I sewed it in. Damn, now I have to, you're from New Zealand? Nice. So anyway, you share your thoughts on the video, but it's just private, it's just for you. So sometimes I do need a moderator to get rid of these dumbass comments. Okay, well, it wasn't so bad. Let's see. Oh gosh. I had the pin on the wrong side. So you share the video, you talk on the video to yourself, and then later at a different time you can go back and you watch the video. And then so when you're sharing, when you're talking, that's the sharing part. Or in Buddhism it's called sending and taking. Okay, let me delete this fucker. What a scumbag. Some people really don't have anything better to do but be disgusting. Okay, so then you, at either that same day or another day when you're in a different mood, when you're ready to receive, then you, hello Faraz, fire or something, and then you watch the video, and then you can receive yourself. It's almost like paying attention, listening to someone else. And so I personally have found it extremely therapeutic and healing and helpful throughout the years. Ouch. In fact, watching myself, like editing my own videos of myself, was what helped me. Faraz, okay, hello to you. You know, so I always held this faulty thinking, this false belief of myself that I'm naturally not a neat and tidy person, when actually not being a neat and tidy person was a trauma-based response. But I didn't realize that for many, many, many years. And then I was doing a video. I had taken a video. So I had taken a video. It is very therapeutic. And then I was editing the video. Okay, great. So now I did my patch. So I've sewn the patch onto the shirt. So now my son has his name where he can see it easily. That's that one. And then for this one, I ran out of the fabric and I don't want to cut this. You know, I get, you know, it's like, am I going to save this for later to turn this into something cute, a little pouch or something? Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Faraz. Or should I just cut it up and use it? I actually just bought a bunch of more fabric off Etsy. It'll get here next week. So anyway, there was a video that I had done. My hair looks crazy. And I was saying to myself, I'm not naturally a neat and tidy person. And even though I had said that a billion times in my life to myself, for some reason, listening to myself, like editing that video that day, it really, really struck me. Uh-oh, one sec. So it really, really struck me as ludicrous, as not true, as a faulty belief that I've been telling myself. Hello, Fuxian Brown. And from that moment, I realized, oh my gosh, I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. Oh my gosh, that's not true. That's a coping mechanism. That's what I've been telling myself all these years. But the reality was that not being a neat and tidy person, it stemmed from trauma. So I was abandoned. You need coffee? I need coffee too. And look at how low mine is. So if you've seen any of my videos from the past, you might know some of my story, my history, but so I'm just cutting. How cute is it? I'm going to cut off the hem because I don't need that. So anyway, my biological mother was an incredibly abusive person. And after almost 5 years of all kinds of abuse, she abandoned my sister and I. She lied to me about who my dad was. So now I'm going to write the name on here. And then I'm going to sew it. Right now, what I'm doing is sewing patches onto shirts. One moment. So anyway, then I went to live with my so she had lied to me about who my father was, and she said this other guy was my dad, and he lived with us for a while, and he was very abusive as well, in the worst of ways. And then she dumped my sister and I in a foster home. She said my dad was dead. She didn't explain how the fuck is your dad dead when you have a different dad than your sister, which I don't. She was just a really, really unfit, terrible woman. And so I got new parents and a new life. And thank God, you know, my dad had remarried when I was like 3. And that woman took me in as her own, my sister and I, and raised us all of our lives. And she is my mom. She is a beautiful Black woman. She's Haitian. And my dad was white, a white American guy. And so thank God for her. She raised me and my sister, and I had no contact with that very abusive biological woman. I've been no contact with her for over 40 some years now. Hello, Kim. Ahifield. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just pinning this little piece of fabric that I just cut out to the shirt. So I keep putting the camera to the side and muting for a second because if my kids needs to say something or whatever. And so because of all of that trauma, I had a very bad sense of who I was, and I had a very bad sense of belonging. And you're going to church? Okay, bye. Have fun at church. Or like my dad used to say, enjoy the show. And so anyway, you know, as a young girl, I got, you know, my coping mechanism was to have a very strange sense of myself, my stuff, my belongings, and cleaning up. See, cleaning your stuff up comes from a sense of belonging. Your stuff is your stuff. Your space is your space. You feel safe. You feel secure. You want your neat and tidy home. You want your stuff to be, you know, all nice, and you have a sense of pride in your belongings. And, you know, I mean, I'm just speaking from my perspective. Other people might feel differently about it, you know. This is just how I perceive it. And so growing up and feeling like I didn't belong, and even my stuff felt kind of like, you know, is it really mine? And so that just manifested into a, I have to unpin this side. It manifested into a coping mechanism, which I didn't recognize until I was in my late 40s, that, you know, I became somebody who didn't really clean up that well. And, you know, I always thought, oh, I'm just lazy, or I'm just inherently not a neat and tidy person. But that wasn't true. What was really true is that I had a lot of fear and anxiety and insecurity around my stuff. Hi, Savannah. And cleaning up my stuff made me feel anxiety, you know, like there was a lot of emotional problematic emotions surrounding being neat and tidy. And the way I dealt with it was to just internalize the trauma and tell myself I'm not a neat and tidy person. And so when I was doing the video, I mean, like I said, I've said this to myself for years, many, many, many times. It's not as if it was the first time that I said those things. But in the context of it being in a video, so now I put the patch, and now I'm going to write on it with my fabric markers. It's backwards, right? It looks backwards to me. Can you see that it says fabric markers? Or does it look backwards to you too? So doing the video therapy sessions, as I was saying, and I was editing the video of myself, and I heard myself saying, I'm not a neat and tidy person. And I was able to hear it as if I was my own therapist. You know, that's what I was saying. One of the benefits of doing these video therapy sessions, where you just talk to the video, and you just share everything that you want to share. You don't hold back. You don't censor yourself. You don't try to sound right. You don't even have to worry about making sense or being logical. You just fucking blob it out. You just let it all out. And then when I, you know, and I don't always go back and edit videos, because often they're just private. They're for me. So I don't need to, but I do sometimes listen to them. And then occasionally I share them when I feel like they're especially, they could be helpful. And some of the videos on my channel are my self video therapy sessions that I ended up thinking would be useful for other people. And, you know, sometimes I speak very, 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 like, very, very, like I say my kids' names, and like yesterday I was walking around, and, you know, all of that stuff. Like, I'm not going to share those videos, but when they're more generalized, or when I have like the wherewithal while I'm making the video to speak in general terms so that it can be helpful for other people, I do that. But anyway, the fact that I made that video that particular day, it really hit me that, wow, that is a coping mechanism. It's not that I'm not inherently a neat and tidy person. It's that I have fucking unhealed, unseen wounds from trauma. Where the hell did the piece of thread just go? Oh. And those wounds have manifested into this. You missed me. Hi. Well, here I am. Hi, Crispy. 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 Are you crispy? All right, let's thread this needle again. And I realized that, you know, I can change. I can become a neat and tidy person. I can heal that trauma. Hold on, I'm holding this up to here so I can try to see it. I got it. Fishing Queen. There's no worry, honey. I was saying in the beginning of the video that I haven't been doing videos for so long because well, let me get these even. I have so much work, paid work with clients, thank God. And so I've just been, you know, I spend most of my time working, and then I'm tired and I just don't have time to be doing, you know, free videos. But I do want to keep my channel going, and I don't want it to just completely fall by the wayside. And I do enjoy, oh, fuck. Oh, I tied it way too far. I do enjoy hanging out like this and being here, and you know, it is therapeutic, which is what I was talking about, you know. So I was talking about that the video therapy sessions, which I highly recommend anyone to do, they can be very self-healing and insightful. And you know, granted, it could take a while. It can take time before you recognize certain things in yourself. You know, I used to make a lot of videos about manifesting a specific person, manifesting your SP, and it took years before I healed enough to realize, like, that is just unhealthy mindset. Like, anybody who's desperate for a specific person, anybody who's trying to manifest a specific person, you've got it all wrong, babe. The specific person, you're back. Hi, I'm still here. And now I'm sewing my next patch on my next shirt. You know, the specific person you should be manifesting is yourself. And you know, learning to have the humility to recognize that people can say no to you. People have a right to turn you down, and that no, you cannot manifest any specific person you want to, regardless of circumstances. But you know, and that healthy people, okay, well, good for you, and enjoy, have a good nap. You know, healthy people are not obsessed with someone, and that healthy people want a mutual investment with someone. And healthy people know that people can reject you, people can say no to you, people can love you, but for whatever reason not choose you, or know that it's not going to work, or you know, they've chosen someone else, or they've chosen to be alone, whatever it is. Like, the respect of recognizing that you don't have the power to control someone and to determine who they're with, whether that's you or whatever, you know. But anyway, so I did a lot of videos. Ugh, let me flip this thing over. I did many, like years worth of those videos. Most of them were, hold on. Most of them were private. And unfortunately, it took me years to get to a place where I was healed enough to realize I don't need to manifest that motherfucker. I need to manifest me. And, you know, another thing about my channel is that you know, so this was something I was talking about to myself yesterday. Like, I spent so many years where I was like, I will not work, you know, late after hours or on the weekend for paid clients. I will only work for my own channel. And I thought, like, you know, I'm working towards my dream, and I'm investing in me, and you know, my free time is mine, and that's true. I don't not believe that. And if I hadn't spent all those years working on my videos, then I wouldn't have learned the video editing skills that I have now. But at some point I recognized, like, wait, I am spending 30 to 40 hours some weeks working on these videos. I would spend Friday nights, all of Saturday, all of Sunday. I mean, I'm talking like 12-hour days I would spend working on videos for my channel that then I would share for free. And it just finally clicked, like, I am losing money. I am wasting time. But at the same time, I don't regret it at all, because I gained enough skills where I was able to, now one of my clients I do video editing for, and I really enjoy it. And if I hadn't spent all those years video editing my own videos, learning the process, and you know, getting really good at it, then I wouldn't have had the skill set and the confidence to take on editing someone else's podcast. So there's no regret, because I've gained skills, life skills, that I was able to put to become income. And that's what I've done. And that is a reason why you don't see me as often, although I have hundreds and hundreds of videos that are free. I have playlists. I have shit. I have, my thread got stuck. I can't see that well. Hold on. I need my light. This light. I need to, oops. There. All right, this cute light, I love it. So, you know, the fact that I spent years and years making my own videos gave me the skills and the confidence to, fuck, it's like all wrapped around this damn safety pin. How did I do that? Let me take it out. So it wasn't lost time. It wasn't like a total waste. It was just, but it was important that I recognize, like, the time, you know, just like at some point. So I did used to work nights and weekends. I mean, fuck, I used to be in retail, and I used to work at a restaurant. So I used to have to work nights, weekends, holidays. I used to work at a liquor store. This is many years ago. And, you know, holidays was the busiest time of the year, the most profitable times. I was also a florist. And when I was a florist, like Mother's Day was the busiest holiday of the year. And, and the holidays were very busy. And my point being, like, working nights, weekends, and holidays it was mandatory because those were the most profitable days of the year. So obviously, working nights and weekends for some people it's just part of the industry. And when I started working from home for myself, and at first I was like just desperate to get clients. So I would take whatever I could and I would work whatever hours I needed to get it done. And there was this one client and I told her when we started, like, I will work on Saturday. Like, if it's really important and you need me to, I'll do it. But, for the most part, I'd like my Saturdays to myself. And then it was like the first week, she was like something on a Saturday and it was an event. So I was like, okay. And then the next week it was a Saturday and it was like, I only worked for that one particular lady for a few months, but it was like every fucking Saturday, she's just giving me stuff to do. She's not acknowledging that it's Saturday. She's not acknowledging, like, I know this isn't your usual. I know you fucking told me that you didn't want to work on Saturdays, but I'm just making this assumption. And I finally had to push back on her. And, one Saturday, I just happened to check my work email. And there was something she put in there. She, just like basically demanding, do this. And it was like some kind of delivery thing that she needed, like, rescheduled, like that morning. It was like an immediate kind of like Saturday morning and immediate request. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what if I hadn't even looked at my fucking email, which I'm not obligated to do, my work email on Saturday. So I texted her like, hey, I got your note and, I was able to do the thing, but just like, please note that in the, on Saturday, I don't typically always check my email. So please text me if you need me to do something on a Saturday because I might have missed it. Something like that. I don't remember exactly how I worded it, but that pissed her off. But it pissed me off even more that she was putting me in that position. I was so ready to end things with her. So after that, I was like being a lot more like, I'm not going to let somebody dictate that I have to work on the weekend. I'm not in retail anymore. I'm not a florist anymore. I'm not working at a liquor store. I'm not working in an industry where it's fucking crucial that I do this shit on the weekend. So fuck you, motherfucker. So now I have like a client. A couple times she asked if we could do like a call on Saturday, and I was like, well, Monday would be better. And so I'm doing her social media, and she wants things posted on the weekend, which is fine. If I can schedule it, fuck, I can't get through this one part. If I can schedule it beforehand, I don't mind. But like, this was a holiday weekend, so she wanted something to post on Thanksgiving Day. And I made the decision like the night before. What the fuck? Can't get through this part. Ugh. I was so tired, so I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna wake up and do it Thanksgiving morning. So like, I decided, like, I could have done it before and scheduled it, but because I was tired, I made that decision. So I was like, I'm not, I'm doing it Thanksgiving morning. So I did work for like 2.5 hours Thanksgiving morning, but that was my choice. But then the rest, like Friday, Saturday, today, I might actually do a little bit of editing on her video today. It's not going to post today or anything. It's just going to be me editing it. Again, it's like I'm I had these strict rules where it was like, I'm not going to work on the weekends because I was like, you know, making up for all the weekends that I had worked. And then, you know, I realized like, okay, I can work some weekends. And I also realized like, why am I working for free? You know, so right now I'm doing this video. This is a free video on my YouTube channel. Hopefully people are enjoying it and get something out of it. But ultimately, you know, like maybe after the video posts, like in 24 hours or 48 hours, sometimes I go back and I, you know, I'll delete all those pauses, like where I go like this. So I paused it, and then, you know, sometimes I'll go back and I'll like cut those little things out just to make the video, you know, for the replay, to make it a little cleaner and smoother. But again, I'm not as stressed. I'm not worried about it like I used to when I would record, you know, an hour and a half long video of me talking about whatever topic, and then I would want to edit it really, really well, you know, and I wouldn't want to put it out without doing, you know, 30, 40 hours worth of edits. And that's what I'm saying, like spending all that time working on videos for free, it just wasn't paying off. It wasn't making sense in the long run, because, you know, it wasn't translating into subscribers. It wasn't translating into, it's not like I was getting paid by YouTube. I mean, yeah, I'm monetized. You can do a super chat. You can do super thanks. You can be a member. I do have videos, some of those private video therapy sessions that I mentioned. So now it's cute. This one is mine. Some of those video private sessions are available for members or Patreon members. This is cute, isn't it? And now I have a personalized tag, which is also helpful. So, you know, I like having the tag because, like I said, when the kids wear stuff at school, if they put it down or they forget it or whatever, their name is in it. But some of the stuff that I wear is similar to the kids, and so this way, like, actually we have some shirts that are exactly the same. So this way it helps to, you know, I'm a designer? No, I'm not a designer. Thank you for thinking that. My hair looks crazy. Not a designer, just sewing patches. So it's like I did this one earlier, covering it so you don't see the name, but so see, this shirt is very dark, and if I try to write on it, it's not going to come through. So I sewed these patches on so I could put the names on, and you can actually see it. So I was doing that with a few shirts yesterday. So I was saying my kids and I have a few shirts that I bought all of us the same shirt. So this way it's easier to tell whose is whose. And because like I had written, you know, like these tags, like on these little white tags, you can also write the names. Yeah, all matching. Okay, got it. You just gave me a great idea. Oh, what's the idea? I love great ideas. So, you know, when you write on a tag like this, even though I have these fabric markers, it kind of like, it bleeds, you know, and it gets smudgy. And, you know, it stays on. Here, let's see. I'll do one where it's also not that big. You know, you can't really. So sometimes I just do the initial, like, see, it's kind of like bleeds. So like I was saying, if I do the initial that's fine. But like when if the kids leave it at school or on the field, that's not really enough. You know, I want there to be an actual name. So like I was saying, my son, he goes to this field and then they're doing sports and there's like a bunch of kids and, you know, he puts his bags and he'll throw his shirt there. And, you know, if somebody accidentally grabs it or if somehow he leaves it there, I want there to be, you know, I want his name to be on it so he can potentially get it back. And like my other son, he left a shirt at school one day and I'm like, what the fuck? That was like a $60 shirt. It's a really nice shirt and there's no name on it. So nobody's going to know whose it is. Plus, you know, when somebody puts something in this, in the, lost and found at school, forget it. It's lice. Hi, Jimbo. Happy Halloween. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. Happy we give a fuck about Native Americans and fuck pilgrims. Pilgrims are evil. Hello? Pause. On paper? Hello? Anyway, guys, I do have another shirt that I need to put a patch on. Hi, Jimbo. Did you have a good holiday so far? But I don't know where the shirt is, so. Why does it say number 1? I thought that meant like you were the first person to comment on the video. You did? Were you with your family or friends? Thanksgiving was, what? How was your Thanksgiving? The No Cap Show. It was actually really, really good. I was saying my sister hosts now. My mom came. My mom made some stuff. My sister made a bunch of stuff. My sister-in-law made a bunch of stuff. So since your brother threw up, gross. Is he young or was he drunk? Was he like sick? He ate too much or he drank too much? So my sister-in-law likes to cook a lot. My sister likes to cook a lot. My mom doesn't really like to cook a lot, but she cooks. And so then, you know, between all of them cooking, there's not much left. Like there's not a lot needed. He said he checked on water, but I don't believe it. He choked on water. Is he a minor? My day is going good. I'm happy. I just sewed a couple patches on these shirts, which was nice, which is what I wanted to do. I have another one to do. So I was saying, I could show, I can find, so this is the shirt that, I have one for me, and each kid. Look at how cool this one is. This shirt, I bought it for me, but my son loves it so much, so I let him borrow it. You're still tired? So I can't find the third red and blue one somewhere in a hamper somewhere. I want to sew. So I had got to eat with no cooking involved. Can't get better than that. Yeah, I mean, I didn't cook. You love my room decorations. Thank you. I can show you this side. Actually, I need to turn on my on-air sign. I didn't cook, but I brought some vegan dessert. And my sister, I need to turn this on. This is a real wreath. And I bought those lights to put on it. My sister, she asked me to bring some vegan sour cream so she can make some vegan onion dip, but then ended up not making it. And I brought some drink, some like juice. And what else did I bring? I brought cucumbers, and I bought vegan cupcakes and vegan chocolate covered mints. No, I'm the only vegan. So you went to Michael's yesterday at the art store. You were in heaven because I love crafting and art. Me too. Can you give a shout out to Gabe owners? I need to be careful. Shout out. Last time somebody asked me to do a shout out, and it was like some racist shit they were trying to get me to say. You're vegetarian? That's cool. My sister and sister-in-law are pescatarian, which to me is kind of silly because it's like they eat dairy, they eat fish, they just don't eat chicken or beef. So it's kind of you subbed, thank you. That's my name. Shout out. I don't know. I don't like shouting out things that I'm not sure what it is. Gabe. Hi, Gabe. So yeah, I did bring, I brought some vegan jalapeno chips my sister really liked. So, you're just sitting in your bed being lazy. I'm sitting on my bed too. I have my heating blanket on me. It's nice and toasty. And I just sewed those 2 little homemade patches. And so yesterday I bought some more fabric. A couple years ago I was like obsessed. I was obsessively I don't care. I'm about to block you. Oh, your room is cold. That sucks. Maybe you do need a heating blanket. I don't know how I could survive. I could not survive the winter if I didn't have a heating blanket. And I know it does make the electricity bill go up. I have one. Both my kids have one. Actually, I have 2 because I have one at my desk where I sit over there, and I didn't feel like having to take it off my bed every day. That was annoying. So I bought a second one for my desk. So, all right, I'm going to block you. Bink. I don't like fucking stupid people. If you are racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, transphobic, homophobic, MAGA, a religious zealot, you are not welcome here. You're not allowed here. And if you're just a loser thank you, the room is pretty. If you're just a loser who's trying to get me to say dumb stuff, fuck you and fuck off. Get the fuck out of here. Like, what a loser. What a complete loser to get on a live stream and try to get somebody to say something inappropriate. You probably get this a lot, but you're gorgeous. Just wanted to get that out. Well, thank you. I don't get that a lot, and I appreciate it. Just gave you a like. Thank you. I like your like. So what was I saying? Yeah, the room is pretty because I like a lot of lights. So I was saying I'm like obsessed with fabric. So you see my beautiful lemon curtain. How pretty it is. It's just a piece of fabric. And then I don't know if you can see over there. Let me see if I can flip it. See the pineapple? Can you see the pineapple curtain? I don't know if it's really showing through. It's got pink and yellow pineapples. That's very cute. And then, behind me, I have this curtain, which is floral. Let's see. That's just a floral. I just put it in the doorway there. So I was saying, you have very bright red hair, and people say you're pretty every day. And of course, I say thank you. I bet you are very pretty. Yeah, so a couple years ago, I was like obsessively buying fabric off of Etsy. They used to have a lot of fabric stores, but slowly but surely, they're just disappearing. They've disappeared. It's so sad. We used to have this big, huge fabric store in town, and my mom used to take us there when we were little, and then it it became like an eighth of the size, and they turned the rest of it into like a gym. And then you have red hair and bright green eyes. Oh, nice. It's like my biological mother. Although my biological mother has like dark, like auburn hair and green eyes. She was a very beautiful fucking bitch monster. And I'm sure you're not. I'm sure you're wonderful. So yeah, there was a lot of fabric stores, and then like I said, they cut the fabric store into like this tiny little section of what it used to be, and the rest was like a big gym. And now I don't know what they turned it into, but it's not a fabric store at all anymore. Who drew that painting? Do you draw a painting? No, you don't draw a painting. You draw a drawing. You paint a painting. That is my very unfinished. It's just like the first layer. I made it. I am a painter, but I haven't painted in a long time, so it's very unfinished, but it's mine. I have, let's see, I can show you this one. Let's see, I have this painting that I made. And it's got a lot going on. And I have that painting, those two paintings there. Thank you. And then, I don't know if you can see, let's see, there's this painting. And that painting. Yes, I'm an artist. I have not. I mean, I thought I would sell my stuff. Oh, wait, I didn't show you. Like, these are my pottery. These things on the wall. This is an ohm. It's a smoke plate or like an incense plate. Same with these. These are like incense. I don't know if you can really see. It's like a tree. See, it's like a tree, and there's like little birds on it. And it's a wall hanging, and that's an ohm. They're wall hangings, but you can take them down and you can put your incense on it, or like I said, it's a smoke plate if you smoke some plants, you know. But anyway, I would like to, your room is pink because you like pink. Nice. See my little pink lamp here with the, let me see, you can see it. See, it has like, isn't it cute? It has a pink light bulb. So, you know, you can make it any color depending on the light bulb. And then this one is like a green flame. Isn't it pretty? So, yes. So, yeah, I mean, I would, you know, selling my stuff on Etsy is something that, you know, I've wanted to do, but it's time consuming. Actually, I do have my, looks castle-y. That's cool. You have a lot going on in your room. I do. You can check out my website, which is catlovedreamingpeach.com. And I have a shop on there, which I haven't really set up. Like, I put some very like quick and dirty pictures of some of my artwork. I haven't set it up yet, like with prices and being able to like actually purchase. But that's something I do want to do. But again, it's on my list. my very, very, very long list of things to do. And you know, it's just, you would love to buy. Well, thank you. Can you pin my website? Can you see? I don't know how. Let's see. How do I even do a comment on here? Drop the link. How? I would drop the link. It's not set up for you to buy anything at this point anyway. Copy the link. If I go off of this, I think it's going to not, like, I won't be on anymore. But I can't, like, swipe off of the live. Can I? I don't know. All right, I'm going to try, and if it cancels the live, I don't know. Let me see if I can. Am I still there? Okay. So now I've copied it. How do I literally don't know how to make a comment on here. Okay, let me try to go. Sorry guys, where on here can I make a comment? Click on the chat. Okay. When I click on the chat, it's just like, it's not really working. Just go to catlovedreamingpeach.com. It's my name. It's just KATLOVEDREAMING. Cat Love PEACH.com. catlovedreamingpeach.com. It would be so nice if I could put a comment, but I don't see anywhere on here where I can do a comment. I can do that. That's a goal. That's not what I want to do. I can do plus, start a poll, start a Q&A. Let's see. Done. There's my Q&A. When the live is over, you can comment. I can. Can you see that? How do I move it away? Is it like in the middle of my face? But how do I get it to stop? Is it like in the middle of my face? Or that's what it looks like here. Okay. Let's see if I can like move it. All right. So catlovedreamingpeach.com. You can, I have playlists of my videos. Did it move away from my face? It seems like there. Is that better? So, you can follow me there. You can see my playlists. I haven't updated in a while, but you can see like some of the pictures that I've taken of some of my artwork. And so I've done paintings and some pottery, but most of my pottery is like wall art, like useful, utilitarian wall art. So you can hang it on your wall to look pretty. You can take it down and do something with it. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for your interest and for asking about it. And I got to figure out how, like, I know if I go over there to my other computer and I were to open up my laptop and get on the live stream, that way I could do. But when I'm done, I'll pin a comment with the link to my website so you can check it out. And yeah, maybe I will get to it sooner than later of figuring out how to actually get some stuff on there to sell. But yeah, I could show you this other little painting I have. Let's see. This little Om painting. that I made. It's just really cute. And then I have over here, I have this little dark heart painting. And then there's some like paintings up there that are my kids. Like my son made that little one. That's a little tree I made. That's my son. That's another painting he made. So you want the heart one? Aw. Like you can see it over there. Oh, cute. Yeah, so growing up my dad was an artist. He painted. He could draw realistic stuff. He could draw cartoony stuff, but like really, 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 he was amazing. And would you call that my creative room? All the rooms are creative. But yeah, this is where I hang out the most. So, but so growing up, my parents always put just my dad's paintings on the wall, and um, it was like a very clear and obvious, like, dad's paintings go on the wall, cat's paintings no. So when my kids made little paintings and stuff, I was like, I have to put them on the wall. I will put them on the wall. And so, but they haven't painted in a while. I haven't either. But I need to get back into it. But that's what I was saying. It's like there's only so much time in the day. I had started to make videos all the time, and that was like my passion project. But I got to get paid. I live in an incredibly, incredibly, incredibly expensive town. Prices are going up everywhere. And you just joined what's happening. Well, you could go back and watch it on the replay. And as you see, I've been here for like an hour and a half. So a lot has happened. So just talking about my artwork at the moment and how I have not been pouring into that. I have been, I put a lot of my own artwork to the side. Oh, that's what I was saying. I got obsessed with buying fabric, and I was going to start making blankets and stuff like that. But then I just, I had to work for money. And so sometimes, unfortunately, when you're an artist, you can't always support yourself. Thank you. That's a cute heart with the little clouds. You can't always earn a living with your art, and you have to do other things. So I became a florist, and I really had hoped that that would be a creative and profitable career. And I could have potentially continued. When I left the place where I was at, there was another job at like the best florist in this area, and I had to make a decision between, am I going to try to do that, or am I going to try to do what I'm doing now, which is, working from home with various clients. And so I just made the decision. Bye, pause on paper. I hope I see you soon. Hope you liked the video and you subscribe. So thank you for the 100. Hope to see you back. Bye. Thank you for being here and for being so interesting and engaging. Yeah, so I had, I went on an interview for this other florist job. And okay, well, it's nice to see you, Cordell. I hope you'll be back. And I mean, this is going like four years ago by now, but I just made the decision, and there was a lot of stuff I liked about being a florist, but it's a lot of grunt work. It's very physically demanding. It's really hard. And, it seems like from a fantasy perspective, it's like, oh, working with flowers is so sweet and so pretty. And it's just so lovely. And there's truth in that, but it's also, filling big buckets of water and with bleach and dealing with hundreds and hundreds of thorns, and there's all kinds of stuff that comes off flowers that stains your clothes, and you know you're getting like your clothes are getting wet and your fingers are getting pricked, um, and it's physically exhausting and it's physically demanding. And like I said already, the holidays are the busiest time of year, and you know, late nights, and it's hard. It's really, really, really hard. And um, you know, if you are the florist, if you're the owner, then maybe you can make money. But it's also, you know, flowers are incredibly expensive to buy, and then they're incredibly perishable, and they're incredibly delicate, and they can die so easily, and it's very expensive to have a refrigerator, and it's also really cold a lot in the florist in the shop. And so again, like there were so many things about it that I loved, but the list of things that I did not like about it just was so excessive, so long. And ultimately, I didn't want to work out of the home. I wanted to work in my home. I wanted to have a lot more freedom over my day. And one sec. And even though, like, you know, I'm very, very busy, I work tons of hours, I don't have as much freedom over my day as, you know, I did before. But that's because I have more clients with more work, you know, and so I have almost 40 hours, if not more, a weekly of work that I have to do. And since I'm not forced to squeeze it into, like, let's say 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, that gives me more freedom. But then I end up working late or on the weekends. But again, I'd rather be able to get up, take my kids to school, come back. Sometimes I might run to the store first, um, get home, start a load of laundry, start a load of dishes, take out the garbage, take out the recycling, you know, maybe sew a patch while I'm doing something, you know, running around, and go out, pick my kid up from school, come back, you know, all of these things, these freedoms that I have in my day, in my schedule, that I just simply could not have if I had to be in an office somewhere, or even in a flower shop. You know, when you have to be there physically, you can't go run out. You can't run and throw a load of laundry in the wash. You know, hi again, you're back. I thought you had to go. You know, I kind of create my own schedule, but my kids have school. They have to be there really early, so we're leaving the house at like 7:40 a.m. That's not my choice, but you know, and then when they get out of school, I have two kids in school and they get out at different times. So, turns out you didn't have to. Oh, cool. Well, I am going to start winding down in a couple minutes, cuz I thought I would just jump on for, you know, 10, maybe half an hour, and it's already been an hour and a half. So, but I really appreciate everybody's joined, and you guys were asking questions and helping the live to continue. You might make your own live stream. Cool. What do you talk about? Let's see. Oh, you can't just like follow somebody from like very soon, like today. You should be able to follow someone from the comment. So what I might end up doing the rest of the day, I might work on editing one of the podcasts for one of my clients, and sew some more patches. I gotta go eat something. Thank you so much for your sub puppets. You make dragons. Oh, that sounds very interesting and cool. What do you make them out of? Are they like felt fabric, or you're making them out of like you're sculpting them, or are they Paper, clay, or cardboard. That sounds cool. Do you paint them? Do you sew clothes for them? My baby's daddy actually used to do, like, he used to like to do stop motion animation stuff. And he would make, like, he would have, like, what do you call the, like, the metal thing that goes in the middle, the armature or something, and then he would, like, build it around that, and then he would sew little clothes for them. That's pretty cool. I'll have to check it out. So what was I saying? Yeah, so, you know, I have a little bit of control over my schedule, a lot more so than if I was working in an office or at a store, like if I was at a restaurant or a flower shop, like I used to do. Hello, Amit. You know, when you're working at a place like that and you have a shift and you, he didn't lose out, honey. Don't worry. We were high school sweethearts many years ago, and then we broke up, and then like almost 2 decades later we got together. We were together for like 8 years. We had 2 beautiful children. We love each other deeply, but we are just not compatible to be romantically together. We consciously uncoupled. We went to therapy to help, you know, consciously uncouple in the healthiest way for ourselves and our children. And we have been co-parenting friends for 11 years now. So it's all good, honey. It's all good in the hood. Ain't nobody sad about that. You know? I mean, yeah, it would have been great if it had worked out and we had stayed together, then I could fucking have a house right now. That would be nice. But it is what it is, right? It's much better to separate from someone you're not compatible with and to be happy and single than to try to force something. Personally, I love being single. It's a choice. Hold on, I gotta get my plug. My phone is about to die. Let's see if I can reach it. Ooh! You know, too many people think, oh, let's stay together for the kids. No, motherfucker, break up for the kids. Kids are miserable when they live with unhappy parents, and staying together for the kids only normalizes miserable relationships. There's no reason on earth to do that. You don't need to be stuck and trapped with someone that you're not compatible with, which is what many people do. And I have personally gotten to the point where what time zone, honey? 2 or 3 p.m. What time zone? And I'll try to check it out. I can't promise because once I get off of this, I have a lot of things to do. But I'll check it out. Tell me the time zone. See, it's 11:28 a.m. right now. So I'm in the Eastern time zone. But anyway, so you're in New York? Well, I'm nearby. I'm in the East Coast. Yeah, I mean, I realized that my children would be better off with me and their dad living separately. I realized that, oh, you also? Okay, cool. He's a better dad without me around, and I'm a better mother without him around. It's 11:29 a.m. Yep. Same. You know, and unfortunately, too many people are stuck in old-fashioned mindsets, and they will stay miserable in a relationship. So maybe I will try to check you out. I will follow you once we get off of this, and we'll see. You know, staying with your partner because you have children when you're not happy is a huge mistake. And it only teaches, okay, bye, I have to put up decorations for my home, and thank you, bye. Oh, okay, well, if I'm free, I don't know, my kids might want to go out or something in a little while. Oh, it's raining, I just noticed. Let's see if I can show. I don't want to show like anything private. You can see it's kind of raining. You see? Yeah. Well, I will try, but again, I'm not going to promise because I might not be on the computer. You know, I might have other things that I'm doing, but I will absolutely try to make it. And if not, I will catch you on the replay. But yeah, you know, ultimately what I was saying earlier about learning to manifest yourself. Bye! Instead of trying to manifest a specific person romantically, try to manifest yourself. Meaning, try to make room in your life for yourself to be the person you want to be. You got to do what's best for you. Yeah, you know, like I was saying earlier in this video that I do these video therapy sessions for myself. I heal myself. I learn a lot about myself. One of the videos I was doing, I was saying I'm not naturally a neat and tidy person, and it really clicked for me when I was doing the editing to realize, like, oh my God, that is a trauma-based faulty thinking belief. That's a junky belief system based on trauma. That's a trauma response. And that I could continue believing that shit about myself, or I could go about changing it. And so every day I tell myself I'm a neat and tidy person. I have neat and tidy person habits. And while it hasn't transformed me completely, it's a process. And every day I work on it. And I recognize that just like with anything, you can learn, you can grow, you can train yourself to learn how to think differently, learn how to behave differently, learn how to respond differently, learn how to react differently, learn how to think differently about the traumas you've been through, about what you're going through right now, about what your choices are. One of the most powerful TED Talks I've ever listened to was by Ruth Chang, The Power of Difficult Choices, something like that. So, you know, allowing ourselves to evolve. My original name was, so Cat Love Dreaming Peach. I was originally the Lovely Opinionated Vegan Evolving, LOVE. Love. Lovely Opinionated Vegan Evolving. And then I decided to shorten it. And that's where Cat Love. So actually I was Cat Love Living Peach. And then and on my other channel where I was dancing and stretching all the time. And then I wanted to make a second channel, so it was Cat Love Living Peach and then Cat Love Dreaming Peach. And because I also like to talk about dreams and stuff like that. The dreams that we have at night and the dreams that we have for our lives. And so, but then I changed Cat Love Living Peach to Cat Dancing and Stretching. And so Cat Love Dreaming Peach. And that's what it is. But it's all about evolving. It's all about, to me, the process of life is the process of evolution, the process of learning and growing and changing and becoming your best self, becoming your best version. The best version of me 5 years ago is different than the best version of me now. And allowing yourself to evolve. Like I said, I had dreams of being a florist forever. And when I got into that career and I started to do it, I learned all this stuff about it that I didn't know, which is what I call, so you have the known wanted things, and then you've got unknown wanted things that you don't know about it, that once you get in there, you're going to be like, oh, wow, I love this about it. Then there's the unknown wanted, the unknown unwanted things. So when you have a dream, whether it's to be in a relationship with a particular person or to live in a particular town or to have a particular job or a particular career, There are all these unknown, unwanted aspects of that job or that home or that town or that relationship or um, that subject of study, whatever it is that you don't want, but you don't know you don't want it because you don't know it until you're in it. And then once you're in it and then you find out about it and you're like, oh, fuck, there's all these unknown, unwanted things that I now know about. So whenever you get into a relationship, a job, a new home, a new career, whatever, it's helpful if you get into it knowing there are things about this situation or circumstance that I am not going to like and I'm not going to want, but I don't know what they are. I cannot know what they are until I'm actually in it. And once you get in that job or you move into that apartment or home or you get into that relationship or you start that career or you start down that path of study, until you start it and you're doing it, you won't know what those things are that you don't like about it until you're in it. And then once you're in it, then you can make that educated decision. Like when I was doing the flower shop job, and there was all of these things about it that I didn't like. And there was some of the things about it that I didn't like that were based on that particular shop and that particular owner and his particular mindset and his particular style and way of doing things. And I knew that if I were to leave that shop and that owner, that I would find a different shop and a different owner who would be different. Like when I went on that interview, the woman, the owner of that other shop, so the guy I worked for, he didn't like to use environmentally friendly things. There's a lot of flower shop materials that some are very, very not healthy, very unfriendly for the environment. And then there's more expensive options that are a lot more environmentally friendly. And he wasn't into that. It was, he learned from his dad. And everything that he knew and everything that he did was what he had handed down to him from his dad, who had had the shop since like the early 70s. And so he was very stuck in the ways of his dad. This other shop in town, the best shop in town, she had a totally different business model. Everything she used was like environmentally friendly. She also did like subscription. She had a weekly subscription model with a lot of like environmentally friendly stuff. She also was like a lot higher price point than him. He also tended to do like kind of basic stuff, and he was very like set in his ways, like the style of his designs, where the other lady was like, she liked to do like the more expensive flowers, and she had like wealthy clients and they were looking for more unusual and modern stuff, where again he was more like, I just want to do what I know. So when I got into the career of being a florist, there was all of these unknown, unwanted aspects of being a florist that I didn't know, that I didn't like. And some of them were specifically related to that man and that shop. Some of them were specifically related to the floral industry, the floral career. And I knew that some of the things would change. If I were to take that job with that other lady, it would have been very different. But the list of the things that I didn't like about being in the floral industry, again, like I said, some of it was based on him, but a lot of it was just based on the industry and what it means to work with flowers. And ultimately I just decided like this is just not the career path for me, because the only way you can truly be profitable is if either you work for a very high-end florist and you make commission, or you're the owner and you figured it out where you can earn a lot of profit. But I mean, you could pay like $6 for a stem for a rose. It's like you have to mark it up so high. And then the other aspect of being in a flower. So we were like, it was literally a mom and pop shop. And then there's like Whole Foods in town where you could buy, like, okay, you're not getting it in a vase already arranged, but you could buy like really pretty flowers for a third of the cost. So anyway, all of those things made me decide that this is not the financial choice for me. This is not the physical choice for me. I want to work from home. I want to have other clients. I want to be more in charge of what I'm doing. And I want to be like dealing less with like a physical thing, especially like if I make art, like I have these things that I made. I showed the paintings and stuff. I can sell those 20 fucking years later if I want to. When you buy flowers, they literally go rotten within 2 to 7 days. So it's perishable stuff. You know, it's just not it's not the business model that I wanted. I like what I do a lot for, you know, I have several clients right now. I do a variety of things for them. Like I said, one of my clients, I'm doing her social media. I'm doing posting her social media stuff and editing her podcast stuff. And then I have another one, I do her social media stuff. But with her, the other client, it's more like she has other people who are making all of her stuff, and I'm really more just like posting it. But with this other new client, I'm doing more editing, which I really love. And then I have like I have a lawyer that I do stuff for, which is cool. I have a very busy executive that, you know, it's funny because the first thing I did for her was order flowers. And it was like, I just stopped being a florist and she needed somebody to order flowers. So I would order flowers for her throughout the year for like friends, family, colleagues, whatever. But then I do a bunch of I do a lot of stuff. And I do like it, you know. Ultimately, I would like to be more of social media, editing videos and stuff, and learning, you know, earning higher amounts. But I'm working on that. Like I said, the fact that I had been making videos for myself for many years. Hello, MP Girl 8882 again. Hi. The fact that I spent so many years working on my own videos gave me the skill set to be able to edit videos for other people. So it's not a waste. It's not a waste that I spent all those years doing that. You know, it benefited me. But, you know, it took a lot of time. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. It has been like almost 2 hours. I did not intend to be on live for that long, but here it is. And top of the morning to you too. And it's almost noon. So yesterday I went for a walk. Oh, I need to start doing that like every day. But it's getting cold. It's getting cold. It's getting harder. And it's freaking cold and raining. So am I going to go for a walk in the cold and the rain? Probably not. My son, I got to go, beautiful. I've subbed, so I'll see you next time. Awesome. The No Cap Show. I hope to see you again. Oh, hi, neighbor. Neighbor. Good Spirit. Jagam. Can you hear the rain? Let me see. I'll turn it around again. It's out the window. Yeah. It's like cold and raining. Oh, my son was saying he wants to join the gym. We have a gym in town that has like an indoor track. It's snowing by you? Wow. Where are you? I think they were saying there's like going to be a cold front coming around. So let's see. I can pause and oh, it says it feels like 34. Jackson where? Jackson what? It feels like 34 over here. 34 Fahrenheit. It's cold. So actually, if it gets, well, it says it's like 40 something, but it feels like 34. So it might turn to snow. Where's Jackson? Anyway, I gotta go eat something. I'm hungry. Well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for hanging out and for engaging. Wisconsin. Oh, okay, that's cold. Savannah, Georgia. Is that warm? I always imagine it's warm, but I've never been there. I always imagine it's really pretty over there. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for being here. You can check out the replay if you just joined. I show some of my art during the video and just talked about a whole bunch of different topics. And I have really appreciated everybody. Everybody. Let's get excited in here. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. And I will see you in the next one. Your channel will be free. Cool. As I was saying in the very beginning of this video, I haven't been jumping on lives or even sharing like pre-recorded videos anywhere near as much as I used to because I am busy working for paid clients and I got to make some money. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with myself. I got to take my car to the mechanic on Wednesday and yeah. So anyway, I'll see you soon. Ciao. Love you. Bye.